Hi guys, this is Kaya Garcia, relationship therapist and counselor. And I was doing yoga this morning and I remembered this story that just came to me when I was very young. Adam, you don't have to listen to this if you're watching. But when I was very young, I dated someone for a very long time and he was not Jewish. And he was amazing and sweet and very wonderful in every way, but he wasn't Jewish, and it wasn't matim, as they say in Israel, because I knew that he couldn't give me the future that I wanted, not only for me, but for my children. And when we were 14, this is what I was thinking about. He told me he wanted a girl named Aliyah. And now, many, many, many years later, he's now married to a wonderful Christian woman who loves him and who shares the value of what they believe in, which is Christianity and all that goes along with that. And they named their first daughter, which they had, Aliyah. And so that was so many years ago. I mean, more than a decade ago. Like, I was dating someone completely not Jewish, completely not good for me. And I released that love, even though it was amazing, simply because I knew it couldn't give me the future that I wanted. And his future that he wanted, which was also, a vision that he had, I couldn't really give it to him. So even though we had love and a lot of it, and nothing wrong in the relationship, nothing. Simply, he wasn't Jewish and I was, and the spiritual component didn't align. And so we have so many different components of our life. We have a physical component, our mental and emotional component, and then also our spiritual component. And so we need to be able to have all of those aligned in our relationships. It's not simply about love or what makes us happy, because what makes us feel happy now is not necessarily what makes us feel happy in the long run or tomorrow, or what sustains us, or what is allowing us to build our families. And so to say this person makes me happy is such an illusion, a delusion to really what sustains joy. Because happiness is momentary and joy is something that is sustainable, is everlasting, is a continuum of growing. And what makes us feel alive is when we continue to grow. But we can't spiritually grow with someone who spiritually isn't aligned with us. And that's the whole beauty of a soulmate. Our soulmate has the same soul alignment with us. So when you believe in a certain faith or you have a certain bloodline running through you, that is meant to be honored, not only because it's exceptional and extraordinary and given to you for a purpose and a reason, but also because it enables you to really connect with your partner in a much, much, much higher way. And even if you're both of the same faith, to then be on the same page of how you express that faith and what you believe in that faith and how you want to share that faith with your children. Because back to the original story of what I was thinking, if me and this guy got married then, we wouldn't have been able to grow our family and raise our children in the same spiritual alignment. And so now, many years later, I always wanted a daughter named Emuna. And I now am married and had my first daughter named Emuna, which I can cry. Because he always wanted a daughter named Aliyah and got married to a beautiful Christian woman, and he has a daughter named Aliyah. And this is when we were like 14. And I got married and have my beautiful daughter named Emuna, which is faith. And actually Aliyah, which is also Hebrew, means to go higher. So we separated not because anything was wrong, but simply because not everything was right. And that is something so important to remember in our relationships. You don't have to separate from someone or detach from someone simply because something is really wrong. It's so important to remember to maintain our relationships based on, is everything right? Not that everything's right and everything's perfect, not like that. But the alignment of, does this person enhance my life? Is this person supporting me? Is this person bringing something to better my life, or is it taking away my energy? And I always share this with my clients. There are two two types of people in our life: people who take away our energy and people who give us energy. That's just it. There are some people who support us and love us and help us get to where we need to go and fulfill our purpose. And then there are some people who drain our energy and criticize us and make us feel like we're not good enough and that we have to work on the relationship and what's wrong with us, and that we're not perfect enough or not good enough for that relationship. And they drain our energy because they blame us or criticize us or attack us, and then we feel like we have to make up for it. But we don't really owe anyone anything. We don't owe anyone anything. You owe yourself love. You owe yourself your truth. You owe yourself your alignment of spiritual connection with the people around you and with yourself, and especially your spouse. And so we had these amazing birthwriters here at our home. Baruch Hashem, we had the opportunity to host amazing birthwriters. And this guy was dating a girl, and she actually was Jewish and he was Jewish, but it still wasn't matim, because the way in which he viewed his potential of how he can grow in his life, she couldn't do that. And then there were two girls who were Jewish and who were dating non-Jews, and they felt at the Shabbos table that the boyfriends, even though there was nothing wrong per se, they couldn't give them everything that was right. And it's not about us. I could have been married easily before I got married if I didn't want an amazing life, if I wanted something that was less than I could have, because it wasn't always about me. It's about your children. It's about your children. It's about your children. And now that I have a child, everything that I knew is just even more obvious and true in a revealed fashion now that I'm able to raise a daughter who takes all my energy, because right now, that she's young. But that's the point. The point is simply, you can't the point is simply to not make decisions based on what makes us happy now, but what will make us happy in the future in relation to how we build our family. And when you choose someone to marry, or if you're already married and you're making decisions within your marriage, how can you build with that person? Can you build with that person if you're single? And if you're not aligned spiritually, emotionally, physically, you're not able to build with them. They might be wonderful and have amazing traits and be fun and be chill and, connect with you. But if you can't build with them, if you don't have that foundation of that you trust and rely upon them, then it's very, very difficult to actually get to that joy, that happiness that you think you have now in the future. And that's something that people make the mistake of. They think, but I'm happy now, so I'll just continue the relationship. But it's important to think about the ramifications of your decisions. The decisions not only that you're going to make today, but how they will affect your future. And there's a pasuk that says, a verse that says, who is wise? Who can see how their actions will impact their future? Who can see the consequences of their decisions and how it will play out? And so if you date someone who's like an addict, they might be amazing and chill and fun, but they can never be reliable. And reliability and stability is something that is so necessary in a relationship. So if you're with people who you can't rely upon, it's very difficult to feel like you can build with this person for the future. So I give you all a blessing that you really recognize your highest potential, that you don't settle in life, that you're not just with people because they make you happy or because you love them. Love does not sustain relationships. Love does not sustain marriages. How many people are no longer married to their spouse and they still love them? So many. My mother's one of them, not to bring her into my personal public life, but so many people love their ex-spouses and are not married to them. So if you think that you're choosing someone because you love them and you have a deep connection with them, it's BS, it's not sustainable, and you need so much more than that in a marriage. So much more than that in a marriage. And part of that is reliability, stability, spiritual alignment, shared values and belief systems. And those are things to really, really take into account and to really, really hold dear to your heart, because they need to be heard and valued. And the way that you get that is by recognizing your truth and going inside of yourself and saying to yourself, who am I? What do I need? What do I want my children to like? I knew what I wanted my daughter's name to be ages ago, and now I have her, and she's Emuna. He knew what he wanted to have his daughter ages ago, and now he's married to a beautiful woman who matches his Christian background and his Christian love, and now has his daughter named Aliyah. Where's your life? Plan it. Don't let it just happen. Choose it. And then choose the steps that will make you get there. Don't flow with life in the sense that you release your responsibility. Choose your goals and then take responsibility to get there while going with the flow of the process of that. I hope that made sense. It's basically surrendering your energy to the outcomes, but always pushing forward to knowing where you want to go. And make it high, have high standards, love yourself, spiritually align with the people that are around you. Marrying someone who connects with you in that manner is so essential. So keep growing, keep loving. If you have any relationship questions, I'm here for you. And I hope you have a really great day. Peace.